Hi everyone, welcome back to Alexis University. This week I want to talk about branding yourself. So one of the things about college is that it's very important to figure out who you are, what legacy do you want to leave at your school, and what do you want people to know about you. So one of the things for me, I know when I first got to college, I didn't really know anybody. I didn't really know what organizations I wanted to join, and I was just kind of, lost. And that's okay, but you don't want to stay lost. So one of the things, I just started trying out different organizations. At one point, I was a part of an organization called Black Caucus. I was a part of an organization called Sister to Sister. I was just a part of a lot of different organizations that some of them didn't necessarily speak to my goals in life. And so I had to think about, okay, let me take a step back and really evaluate, like, why am I in these organizations? I know a lot of people join different organizations because they feel like that's what their friends are doing. So that's cool. Like, let me join this organization. But if you think about it, that I think that in college when you start to realize that it's okay to be different from your friends. I know a lot of people in high school or middle school, they try to, fit in and find that group of friends that are doing what they want to do and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes they kind of conform to their friend group. But in college, that's when you really figure out who you are, because essentially college is the last place that you'll actually always be surrounded by your friend group. Once you become an adult, it's like your friends start to move away, and you kind of find who you really are. And if you don't start doing that in college, once you become an adult, it'll definitely be life changing. I know for me, when I first graduated college, I was still around my friend group, but now that I've moved across the country, I'm just like, okay, now I'm starting to realize, like, I'm not the same person I was in college, and I wasn't the same person when I first graduated college either. But now I'm realizing even more that I am really trying to figure out what exactly it is I want to do outside of my professional career goals. And so things like that are, now I'm looking back in college and saying, hey, I should have joined this specific group because this is something that would have catered to what I thought I wanted to do. And if I thought about it back then I would know now, like, okay, that's not really what I want to do. So when it comes to branding yourself, one of the things that you need to think about is who you're surrounding yourself with. What are your friends doing? Are they joining different organizations, or are they just kind of sitting around partying, or sitting around playing pool or playing card games? Like, what are they doing to better themselves and better their future selves? And so if they're not being progressive, and if they're not trying to find new ways to be successful, then you probably want to start there and start looking at new friend groups. The second thing you want to start looking at is all the organizations on campus. They tell you when they meet, they tell you who's in charge. And so one of the things that you might want to start looking at are different organizations first that are geared towards your major. I think I talked about this in a previous video, but that'll help you brand yourself, because those people who are in the groups that are like your major, they'll start to find different organizations that will help you with internships, or different jobs for you that might be helpful in the future. But those are the type of things that you want to brand yourself with. And if the people who are in those organizations know you, they'll say, oh no, this person is really good. They'll write you that letter of recommendation that you may need. But you don't want to have a bad brand and people are like, they might be good at the work, but I don't want to put my name on that. That's not the reputation that you want, because that starts to follow you, and then once it follows you, that's just how things are, and you don't want that to be your brand. Another brand that you want to think about is your social media brand. In this new age of social media, a lot of things go on social media, and it's okay to post, your professional side, your fun side, and all the things in between. It's okay to post that. I totally think that that's fine, but you also just want to keep in mind, like, for lack of a better phrase, if my grandma saw this, would she be okay with this? Just saying that because sometimes employers do look at your social media. I work in a field that is highly social media driven, and so if I post something and people are looking at it and they're like, but you work for this company, is that how they brand themselves? Like, that's not something that you want to be worried about. So I think it's best that you just kind of keep that in mind as you start posting things on social media, to remember that, okay, how do I want to represent me as a person? And then after I represent me, would I be okay with this brand representing another organization? And if you say that no, you don't think the brand will represent another organization, you should probably not post that. Let's just keep it simple, because essentially that's what you're doing. You're not only representing yourself, you're going to be representing other brands too. So you yourself is a brand, and then everything else that you are a part of are different brands. So you just want to make sure that you're keeping all that in mind when it comes to branding yourself. One of the things I'm told a lot is that I'm super positive, and I think I try to carry that into the workforce, or I try to carry that into my personal life. And I say that because it's very easy for people to like kind of be sad about things or kind of put themselves down, but if you can remain positive, you can pretty much get through anything, no matter what. And I just think that that's so important to just be a part of your brand, to stay positive, always be the person that's trying to find a solution for the problem, or not the person creating the problem. Those are just different ways that people will start to see you, like, oh, this person is always positive, this person always has a positive attitude about whatever it is. They're always smiling, they're always saying good morning. Like, this, those simple things will help your brand itself. So if you have any more questions about how to brand yourself, or some things that you think like, this is the brand that I want to be, but I just need help to get there, you can always email me at info@alexisuniversity.com, and I will answer your questions as soon as possible. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you all soon.